damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Man, oh man. My brother, he sent me this link yesterday, and occasionally my brother sends me things. We send each other things like, man, look at this shit. Can you believe this shit? WTF, all that, right? But this, and I was just like, what does one have to do with the other? What the fuck, man? Leave our kids alone. And this ties into what I'm going to talk about. I was talking to my brother a couple weeks ago, and we were talking politics and shit, Trump, Obama, and I was saying how Obama was responsible for this ultra PC culture that we have. This, everything you say against someone with a skin tone darker than alabaster is racist. And how, up is down, down is up, boys are now girls, you can go and piss in whatever bathroom you want. And he had a good point. He said, it wasn't so much Obama, it's just that Obama was president during the implication of these things and these policies. He said the real people in control are the media, because the media shapes our opinion of things and shapes our views. TV, entertainment, information, shit like that. So these perverts are in media. Media is, the mainstream mediocres are fraught with perverts and pieces of shit and people that need caning immediately. And I was like, that's a good point. I had never really thought of it that way. It wasn't so much Obama, it's just that he was in charge during the implication of this world we live in now. Now, he had a part in it. Don't get me wrong, he got on TV and said a whole bunch of stupid shit that he shouldn't have talked about. But it was definitely more of the media, and this story that I'm about to talk about further proves that, reinforces that. So he said, and I'm going to put the link in the description box if I can figure it out. But he sends me this link in a text message, and he's like, look at how they're trying to pervert our children. How they're trying to get to our children with their twisted, fucked up agenda. So he sends me this link to Kellogg's, and they have a new cereal coming out. And, well, not a new cereal, but they're combining their most popular cereals. Frosted Flakes, Rice Krispies, Lucky Charms, Fruit Loops, all that, Fruit Loops. So they're combining all these cereals in one box, and it's called the All Together. Doesn't sound too bad so far. And what they're doing is it's an anti-bullying campaign. Fuck. That word is so overused. That's right up there with Nazi and racist and racism. Those words are so fucking overused, they've lost their sting. You know what I mean? Like, we hear this shit all the time. So it's their anti-bullying campaign, and they're showing that, you shouldn't bully, you should be nice to everyone. Great message. We should be telling our children that. We should be telling each other that. Be kind to everyone, except, well, not everyone, but be accepting. How about that? Sounds good so far. A little cold cereal in the morning and a positive message. I'm behind you, Kellogg's. But then Kellogg's had to go and fuck it all up, because Kellogg's, with their anti-bullying campaign, is partnering with G.L.A.A.D. No, I'm not talking about the trash bags. I'm not talking about Ziploc bags. I'm talking about G.L.A.A.D with 2 A's. The Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. Now, as my dad would say, what the hell does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Meaning, what the fuck does G.L.A.A.D have to do with my child's breakfast cereal? Now, especially after reading this, I'm glad to say my kids don't eat those cereals, and I will say I will never eat any of those fucking cereals ever again. G.L.A.A.D? And in their little mission statement, G.L.A.A.D said that, or no, was it G.L.A.A.D? Kellogg's came out with their statement saying, this is our new campaign to stop bullying and show that it doesn't matter what you look like, who you are, or who you like. What? That's the real agenda right there. Why does my kid need to be thinking about who they like when they're eating a bowl of cereal? They should be thinking about, I'm going to eat more cereal and then go watch cartoons or go outside and play. You know, kid shit. And man, I love Frosted Flakes growing up. This is not great. This is fucked up. Why are you trying to pervert our children? What the fuck does G.L.A.A.D, what does anti-defamation have to do with breakfast cereal? Absolutely fucking nothing. But that's what they do. They go after the kids so they can indoctrinate the next generation. And I'll tell you why. One simple word. Acceptance. These fucking monsters in the media and in groups like G.L.A.A.D, they didn't get acceptance. Parents, I'm talking to you. This is parents' fault. This is shitty parents' fault. Because when these people came to their families and told them that I'm gay or whatever the fuck, their parents didn't show them acceptance and love. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You're a parent first. So you may not agree with what they're doing. You may not like what they're doing, but when they come to you with some major shit like that, you need to keep your opinion to yourself and love and accept your child. Because if you don't, you create these motherfuckers that go out in the world and get jobs in the media and groups like G.L.A.A.D and do this kind of fucked up shit. It happens all the time. What happens when you don't get what you need at home? You go elsewhere. Look at gangs. Same fucking story. Dad wasn't home or mom wasn't either. I'm raised by my grandma. I'm not getting that male influence, that love I need at home, that structure, that acceptance. So I'm going to go elsewhere. I'm going to go to the streets. I'm going to go to the gangs. We all know some females who have some daddy issues. Where do they go for that love? Men, usually bad ones. Strip clubs and street corners are full of them. If you go somewhere to a store and they don't have what you need, what are you going to do? You're going to go to another store until you find it, or you're going to go online. We are built to look for things until we find them, until we're satisfied. And when you don't give your kids what they need, they're going to go elsewhere. And in cases like this, they say, well, I didn't get the acceptance and love that I needed, so I'm going to force the rest of the world to accept me. That's why you have them indoctrinating our kids and trying to shove this bullshit down our throats. Let me make it very clear. Come in tight. Nobody gives a... I'm talking about in the world, out here in the real world. Nobody gives a fuck who you sleep with. I don't care that you're gay. I don't give a shit that you're heterosexual. That means nothing in the public forum. Now, if we're friends, that's one thing. But out here in the general public, no. That means absolutely nothing to me. I don't give a shit. And I'm sorry your parents didn't do their part and give you the love that you needed when you told them this shit. But the rest of the world is not the place to find your acceptance. I've said this before. What you need to do is rent a car and take a road trip with your fucking parents and fix this shit and stop fucking it up out here in the rest of the world. What the fuck does that have to do with children? Stop robbing them of their innocence. Don't worry. The world will take out a nice shiny pin and pop your pretty red balloon soon enough. Why are we ushering and pushing them toward adulthood, toward adult problems, toward real life shit? They're kids, man. You mean to tell me our kids can't have breakfast without a fucking message? Without you trying to fucking force your views upon them? Then fuck you, G.L.A.A.D. You take your fucking message somewhere else. And fuck you too, Kellogg's. You tried to sneak one in, trying to hit us with the okie doke. Well, you might get some of these fucking parents on autopilot, but you ain't getting me. I couldn't believe that shit. In the box, it's purple, and the letters are in rainbow colors, and it's all the cereal characters together in one big pile of bullshit. This is absolutely ridiculous. I shudder to think what my parents would have done if they tried to pull this shit in the 80s. What? Tony the Tiger would get the stripes beat off of his ass. What the fuck is this? All the cereals are together. It doesn't matter who you like. What do kids know about liking somebody? Aren't girls supposed to have cooties? Isn't kissing gross? Isn't it okay for a kid to be watching TV with his parents and someone's kissing on TV and they go, ew? It's supposed to be like that. Kids find that shit gross because their mind is not ready for it. They don't understand it. When you see mom and dad kissing or being frisky in the kitchen, which your kid should see, they go, ew. I remember going to the kitchen to see my mom and dad kiss, or my dad pat my mom on the butt or some shit like that. The time is fucking disgusting. Ew, what are you doing? Because my child mind didn't understand that. My child mind wasn't ready. Now I understand. Kids should see their parents being affectionate. It teaches them how they should be in their relationship, how to behave and what to expect. But we need to preserve our children's innocence. They're kids. Let them be kids. This adult shit sucks. So why would we push our kids toward it? They'll figure it out. Eventually, they'll get it. But this G.L.A.A.D, what the fuck, man? Just wait till I'm in a store and I see a box of that cereal. Wait for that video. It's fucking crazy, man. I can't believe this. G.L.A.A.D? Defamation? Who's being defamed in the cereal world? That has nothing to do with it. It's indoctrination. It's propaganda. And they're fucking sick. I don't understand it. I don't understand why someone would target children like this under the guise of, hey, it's anti-bullying. Hey, everybody, we don't like bullying, right? Am I right? We don't like bullying. No, nobody likes it, but it's a part of life. You know, instead of handing out fucking kumbaya boxes of cereal, why don't you hand out free boxing lessons? Why doesn't Kellogg hand out, fuck G.L.A.A.D, we don't need you for nothing. Get the fuck out of here. You have nothing to do with children. That's sick. But why didn't Kellogg partner with karate schools across the country or boxing schools across the country? You buy this box of cereal, redeem this coupon, go online. If any of these boxing schools or boxing gyms or karate dojos or whatever, MMA, if any of these places are in your area, here's a free month of lessons. Because that's how you stop anti-bullying. This is anti-bullying. That's the only thing bullies understand. Unfortunately, these kids are probably dealing with some extremely fucked up shit at home. And because they're so young, again, and their minds don't know how to deal with it, they don't know how to talk about their feelings, it comes out in fucking with other kids. That's sad, but the only way to stop it is to hit that motherfucker right around here. So why don't you do that, Kellogg? Why don't you get these kids some boxing lessons, karate lessons, learn how to defend themselves, get some confidence. A confident kid is not bothered by a bully. This fucking G.L.A.A.D shit. Why don't you do something that really helps, that really gets results? Not something that warps a child's fucking mind, perverts their mind. Teach them how to fight. Bullying over. I got bullied by this piece of shit in high school. Dude named Joe, you fucking cocksucker. If I ever see you, I'll fucking knock you unconscious, you piece of shit. Anyway, During my junior year, I got in a tussle with this kid after school. You know, meet me after school. So I met him after school, and he was immediately fucked up. And right when I was about to fight this dude, seeing that bully there got me so pissed, I wasn't even thinking about the dude I was about to fight. I was about to walk through this idiot just so I can get this bully. So right before I fought the other kid, I told that bully. He was like, oh, what's up, man? I said, fuck you. When I'm done with him, it's me and you. Unfortunately, after I got done beating up the first kid, some older guy, he must have been in his 40s, he rides up on a bike and he goes, hey man, I just called the cops. So everybody scatters, including that piece of shit that I wanted a piece of. That's the only thing bullies understand is an old-fashioned, 100% organic, free-range ass whooping. That's it. You can make all the cereal boxes you want. You can collaborate with bullshit organizations all you want. Nothing will happen unless you kick a bully's ass. Period. I know that was chock full of toxic masculinity. My bad. Now, it's time to hop in this rat race. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.